Good afternoon, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here, joining you from the newsroom to talk about our hot and humid forecast. Definitely no shortage of that today. And it's not just us. A good part of the country is underneath some extreme heat. Now for us, this is fairly typical for this time of the year, but I'll show you here shortly just how hot it is along some parts of the East Coast. They are seeing record-breaking heat throughout today, and it's been that way, it seems like, the past few days along the eastern part of the country where the heat has been somewhat relentless. As for us, well, we are in the upper 80s, low to mid 90s. Average high for Gulfport this time of the year, right at 89. So we're not too far away from that. Again, this is pretty typical for us here in South Mississippi, but there's no doubt about it. It is hot, and of course it's humid being right next to the Gulf, so heat index has been above 100 many times today. That's where we're at right now. Heat index of 112 over in Perkinston, heat index of 108 in Long Beach, 100 in Gulfport. That high humidity, of course, making it feel warmer, makes it more difficult for your body to cool down. But if you are a little bit closer to the coast, you've got a bit more of a breeze out of the east and southeast. Maybe that's giving you a tiny little bit of relief from the heat. Throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening, our rain chances are going to be on the low end. They're not zero. A few of those pop-up showers and storms are still going to be possible this afternoon and this evening, but by no means is everyone going to see rain. Some of us may get caught under some heavy downpours, some gusty winds. Many of us, though, not really going to see much in the way of rain at all. And then overnight tonight, our rain chances are looking lower, but by tomorrow morning, I wouldn't be shocked if we had a few coastal showers and thunderstorms across the area. Right now in Gulfport, we're sitting at 90, nice breeze out of the south and southeast at about 14 miles per hour, but of course it is humid. Looking at a lot of blue sky over the sound, and to the north of I-10 is where we have a few of these showers and storms, and they formed along what we call the sea breeze. You may be hearing that term thrown around quite a bit throughout the summer months. We typically get the sea breeze to set up during the summer, and that sea breeze helps to spark some showers and storms. So what is it? Well, of course, obviously we're near a body of water, and throughout the day, that body of water heats up a little more slowly compared to land areas. And so when that happens, we get a difference in pressures across the water versus areas over land. So what happens is we get an area of relatively high pressure over the water, an area of relatively low pressure over land. The wind will be moving from that area of high pressure to the area of low pressure, trying to equalize itself. And you can almost think of the sea breeze as like a mini cold front in some sense. We get that cooler air to move a little bit farther inland, that relatively cool air, and once that collides, it helps to rise that air over land. You get those showers and storms, and at times during the summer we can even get some heavy rainfall and some frequent lightning out of those thunderstorms that form along the sea breeze. Once we lose the daytime heating throughout the day, then we start to see those showers and storms along the sea breeze begin to dissipate. But this is very common to see over the summer, and we're seeing it right now. You can notice some of those showers and storms developing to the north of I-10 as that sea breeze has moved a little bit farther inland. Thankfully, nothing too crazy right now on first alert radar. We can see some of those spotty showers and thunderstorms, nothing too heavy at this time, but heads up that this afternoon and evening you may be seeing a little bit of rainfall here or there. Right now we've got a little bit of a shower just north of I-10 right across the Mississippi border compared to or from Alabama. Also noticing a few more of those spotty showers and thunderstorms, again, north of I-10, along with a little bit more cloud cover. For those of us on the coast, though, at this time, we are seeing more sunshine. So temperatures across the southeast, low to mid 90s, which, again, for us in the south, this isn't too abnormal. However, along the East Coast, they are seeing temperatures upper 90s, triple digits. This is not the heat index. This is the actual temperature. 100 in Boston, 99 right now in New York City, 99 in Raleigh. Earlier today, Chicago was a little bit hotter, but Up into the New England area, upper 90s, triple digits, that's not overly common, even though it is summertime. So it makes sense why we are seeing all of those extreme heat warnings blanketing parts of the East Coast. You may notice there that section in North Carolina and West Virginia that is not under a heat advisory or an extreme heat warning. Those are mountainous areas, so they are naturally a little bit cooler. But across the Ohio Valley and along the East Coast, it is blazing hot. Even just to our north and to parts of the Pine Belt and the central part of the state, we actually have a heat advisory for parts of Mississippi. For us, we don't quite meet that criteria just yet for our standards, but of course it is hot, it is humid. Those standards are based off of what the National Weather Service determines. But the upper levels show that big area of high pressure across the East Coast, sometimes referred to as a heat dome, especially in the summers. But notice in the Pacific Northwest, we've got a trough. That's an area of low pressure in the upper levels. It is much cooler up there. Some of those temperatures up there have been in the 50s and 60s, even during the day. But obviously, across the East Coast, it is much hotter. And it looks like that trend, at least for many of us, will continue into tomorrow. But I will say by the end of the week, it looks like New York, Boston, that area will begin to cool down quite a bit more. But for the time being, it is extremely hot. And it's very hot here in South Mississippi, but as we know, we're more so used to that. Temperatures overnight tonight will only drop into the mid 70s. We are going to be getting back into the low to mid 90s tomorrow. A few spotty showers and storms are possible throughout the day. But one thing we are going to be watching, it seems like later in the evening and possibly overnight Wednesday night, is a cluster of showers and storms trying to move in from the east. If those do hold together, there is a potential for a few strong thunderstorms very late Wednesday night. Now, it does look like that cluster is going to be holding together throughout parts of Alabama and the Florida Panhandle, but we'll keep an eye on things. Sometimes forecast models don't have the best handle on that. And so with that in mind, there is technically a low wind risk of severe weather. This is more so late Wednesday and into very early Thursday morning. Now notice the greater risk of severe weather still just to our east. That's where we had that level 2 or slight risk. Could see some strong wind gusts, maybe even some large hail within those storms. Generally speaking, it looks like those showers and storms may weaken as they try to move into South Mississippi. We'll keep a close eye on that though, late Wednesday and into Thursday. Rain chances increase a little bit more by the end of the week and into the weekend. And the reason why is that same ridge of high pressure that I was talking about in the upper levels, that begins to break down a little bit more. So while it's still going to be hot, no doubt about that, it's not going to be as hot by the weekend with a better coverage of showers and storms. High temperatures by Saturday and Sunday are more so going to be in the upper 80s. The heat index still right around 100, but that's going to be a little bit of an improvement from where we've been at the past couple of days. But on the flip side, if you have weekend plans, scattered showers and storms are looking a little bit more likely. Also, big news this morning regarding the tropics. We do have our first named storm of the season. This is Tropical Storm Andrea. It is way out there in the Atlantic. You can see how far it is from the U.S. The last advisory that was at about 10 o'clock this morning shows it just a very weak tropical storm at about 40 miles per hour. It's moving off to sea at the east, to the east and northeast, and it's really not going to be much of a bother to anyone. It will remain out to sea, and even by tomorrow morning, chances are it's not even going to be a tropical system anymore. This is a very short-lived system. It will become post-tropical, it seems like, tomorrow as it moves over cooler water. So Andrea, a very short-lived system, but it is the first named system of the year. Next name on the list is going to be Barry. Right now, no other tropical development is expected over the next 2 to 7 days, so that's some good news. The Gulf remains pretty quiet. The Caribbean remains very quiet for the time being, so it does look like as we wrap up the month of June and we head into July, overall the tropics are still looking fairly quiet. Now, of course, today it's hot and humid. Tomorrow, Thursday, more of the same. A little bit of a change in our pattern by the weekend. Still hot, still humid, but not as oppressive with temperatures more so in the upper 80s, but we do have a better chance of seeing some showers and storms as we get into the weekend. So we will have another update on your forecast coming up today during our 4 o'clock show. Hopefully you can join us then. Not only will we have an update on the weather, we'll have an update on all of the news happening around South Mississippi and across the region and country. So with that, I will sign off here, and I hope you can join us today at 4 o'clock.